Welcome to episode 3 of the Create SMP. This series follows our heroic adventurer Keliel and his planetary associates. On this episode, as a result of collecting the ancient relics of Zyterra, the planet is attacked by a merciless foe sent from Serenity. If beaten, the server will unlock the ability to transcend dimensions into the Nether. Are there more secrets to Zyterra's past hidden there? What will the evil Commander Vivos do if his scout is defeated by the formerly subjugate Zyterra? Find out on this episode of the Create SMP. I promised redstone in this episode, and redstone you shall receive, but real quick, I wanted to give an update on the farm area. I brought all the animals up here, and I'm going to try to breed them up, specifically the sheep. I think as soon as the nether's open, one of the first redstone farms we're going to build is an automatic wool farm, and I wanted to have every single color of wool automated with several extra white wools automated. So I collected all the dye, breeding up the sheep so that we can have one of each color. We can turn them into an automatic wool farm. In the last episode, you may have seen this wheat farm completed. Well, I've gone ahead and completed the other two farms as well. This is the carrot farm. Same style as the wheat farm. I added some little custom trees in here and a little walkway. I think it looks pretty nice. There's some pumpkins along the edge. I didn't think they needed their own farm necessarily. And then all the way over here at the end, we've got the potato farm. It's still growing. We gotta harvest potatoes and grow it all the way out. I only had a few. So eventually that one will be filled. And then this path over here leads us over to where the windmill will be. Plan on building a windmill here pretty soon. That's the villager village, still getting worked on by Cat. But for now, I'm going to go down into the entrance of the river and work on an iron farm. We're finally going to get an iron farm going. So I'll see you back in just a minute for that. In order to build the iron farm, we needed not too many things, all things considered. This is all we need to build the iron farm. We're using the design showcased by Waddles on YouTube, and this is going to be a pretty simple one. It's not going to be any crazy 10 billion iron per second. It's going to be enough iron for what we need. We can AFK if we need more iron. I've got villagers in the villager breeding area. I'm going to have to collect a zombie. I'm probably going to do this in a sort of time lapse, so we'll see what comes of that, but when we get talking again, there should be an iron farm. So this iron farm was not too difficult to build, all things considered, but getting a zombie took me so long. I kept asking the server not to sleep, and then I would go out and start to get a zombie, start to lead it this way, and then someone would join the server who didn't see me ask not to sleep, and immediately sleep, killing my zombie. It happened 3 or 4 times. It was a whole thing. So I ended up finding a zombie in a cave, putting a golden helmet on him, and then walking him all the way up to the iron farm. And once I got the zombie in, of course the villagers decided to run away, and they ran into the river, started floating down toward my base, and I had to manually push them back into the villager area. And I finally got them inside, and then once I got them in, I just had to clear a little more area, make sure that all the blocks around were unspawnable, and then basically sit back and see if it works. And it started to spawn iron golems just fine. Alrighty, we got the iron farm finished. Now, I call this redstone. It's not really that much redstone. It's just some hoppers and then some game mechanics. But essentially this zombie in here scares these 3 villagers, making them spawn iron golems on top. I'm a little surprised with how slow it is. So I might want to build like 2 more. But we're going to just let it run for a bit, see how it does based off how close I am to it. Because the simulation distance is turned down a little on this server, so I worry that when I'm over at my farm or my villager, it's not gonna go. We'll let it run for a bit, see how much iron we get, and then we'll decide if we need to make 2 more. If we need to make 2 more, it's not the end of the world. It should be pretty easy. But it will be a little more redstone focused once we're depositing the iron into the river to flow down, but we don't have a storage system yet, so there's no reason to put it in the river. That will be the next thing. So I think that's going to be my next project, digging out some area for the storage system there, and then we can finally start flowing items down the river, and that will be pretty exciting. So as I may have mentioned before, all of the relics in the overworld have been collected, which means it's time for the server to fight the first boss of the server. And if they can beat this boss, they'll unlock the Nether, and then they can finally get into the Nether and get the Nether resources. Now I want to showcase real quick all of the different relics in the overworld that were found, just so we have a good overview of what all happened and who found what. Not necessarily who found what, but what was found and where it was hidden, just so we all get to experience the fun of the relics together. And then after that, we're going to see the boss fight. And I've got some POVs from Spirit Animal Gaming, one of the other YouTubers on the server, and Bearded Bevy, another one of he streams the server. So give them some love, and we'll see their point of views to the boss fight here soon after we go over the relics. This relic location was a parkour which involved one player pressing a button in order to spawn a block, and then that block stayed for a few seconds and went away, and one of the players had to spawn the block in this order, this color pattern order, in order for their buddy to jump across all the parkour and make their way up to the top and receive their relic. This relic location was as simple as finding the ancient city. We got to watch the Wimster and Applejacks find this one. This relic location was where the boss fight took place against the zombie necromancer. We got to watch Applejacks fight this relic. This relic was a simple maze where you had to go through, find a switch to flip which opened up the exit, and then make your way up 3 levels to find the relic. This relic involved doing a shopping list for this villager wizard. He wanted several different things and you had to complete them in order before you could gain your relic. This relic location was a simple parkour. We got to watch Gary DeGecko complete this relic. This relic was situated on a floating island hidden above the world and the edge of the map. We got to watch Applejacks find this relic. This relic was hidden at the bottom of a sunken ship in the middle of the ocean. This relic was hidden at the bottom of a mine shaft with a little staircase marking it at the top. This relic was sold by a villager in the floating magic island city. This relic was hidden inside the moon of the magic floating island city, the first of the black market shops. This relic was sold in a shop in the underground city. This relic was hidden behind a chest in this house of the underground city, another one of the black market shops. This relic was sold by the shopkeeper in the monster village. This relic was hidden underneath a lake in the monster village, another one of the black market shops. This relic was gained by doing a task for the Iron Golem leader at the Iron Golem village. This relic was hidden inside the jail cell at the Iron Golem village, the last of the black market shops. This relic was hidden inside of a woodland mansion. This relic was earned by being the first person to collect 70 levels at once. And finally, this relic was earned by collecting 1,000 diamonds.
Hey, dig under the fence gates. What's gonna stop us?
Barrier blocks. No.
Now's your time, Cord.
Oh, okay, everyone shh. Everyone shh. Back up, 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 back up. Alright, I'm about to give an epic speech. Alright. Brothers and sisters, we have gathered here today to take down a threat we will cower from no longer. We stand on the front lines to take what is rightfully ours, all the resources that have been hoarded from us, the nether wart, the wood variants, the lighting sources, and most importantly, the ample amounts of quartz. If you are scared, know that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's being scared and facing those fears head on. Some of you will die. And that is a risk I am willing to take. It is a risk that we are all willing to take. As the late Erwin Smith once said, my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage. Okay, go. Go, let us go.
That horse is criminally slow. I'm not gonna
You gotta
lie.
open the fence gate, guys.
Shovel gang reign supreme.
Come down here.
Oh God!
Does that thing break?
Down!
Woo!
Is he healing? The end crystal will not break.
Let her out of the cage. Oh. Hey up.
We're also both down here, Big Chief. I don't know what's supposed
Oh,
to
I
do.
didn't even think about the golden apple. I have a god apple.
Yeah, I just dropped my god apple for that very reason. Oh wait,
Do we do it?
Throw it down. Hey,
Gauge the shovel.
oh my god. Hey,
Well,
free
looks like-
those after we're done with this. All right, boys.
looks like you're not getting the... No, my horse! My horse! How dare you!
Not the horse!
Where is it? Where is it?
Hippo! Hippo! The defense of a hippo!
Keep losing track of it!
No! What is he dead?
Bruce died!
He's covered in arrows.
Report casualty!
It's war! There's gonna be casualties!
Where'd he go?
Head over that way.
It's almost dead! Where'd they go? Yes!
See what's on
Yes!
117121, connecting to Commander Vivos. Cytera is no longer subjugate. Initiate scouts to these galactic coordinates
572345487763239187234.
Someone write that down.
Congratulations.
I may have missed it.
I can't
You
do
you don't need to write that down. You don't need to write that down. Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed the clips we got of the boss fight. We got this cool shield out of it, and we got permanent health boost. You can see we got 4 extra health there. It went super well. The Nether's now unlocked. People can go through the portal, hunt for relics in the Nether, and I myself am gonna get to hunt for relics this time because I don't really know where they are in the Nether. So we're gonna have some clips of that, and we're gonna do a lot of redstone. Alrighty, so I said that I could hunt for relics because I didn't know where they were, and I truly don't. I've been wandering for a few hours, and I stumbled across this, and now I think that this is a relic, but it could just be a bastion. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks a little out of place. I'm gonna see if I can find an entrance, and I know what you're thinking, oh, didn't you build these? Shouldn't you know? I built a lot of relics, and I built a lot that look like bastions, so I'm not entirely sure, but I am gonna keep looking around because it does resemble one that I've built, and if I am correct, then the entrance is not right next to it per se. Okay, wait, I know what I could do to make sure it's actually the relic location. I'm gonna go try to mine it. If I can't mine it, then it's definitely the relic location. That's probably what I should have done first, but I got a little excited. They hurt so bad. Why did the magma cubes hurt so bad? Just let me get over here so I can find out if this is a relic or not. I just want a relic. I don't get to have fun relics. Okay. Oh, come on, please. Yes, yes. Okay, it's definitely a relic. Okay, now that we've confirmed that it's a relic, I'm sure that it's the maze, and I just need to find the entrance, which is not necessarily right next to the maze. Yes! We found it! Okay, I just gotta get over there, and then I can set a spawn, and then we can bring in the cavalry, because we're gonna need help with this one. The maze is very treacherous, very long, and very hard. Alright. Finally. I was just digging around everywhere. Ow, ow. Lava. Sweet. Alright, we found the entrance to the maze. Home set. Home delete. Random. Home set. Maze. And we will bring back some people tomorrow, and we'll get this relic. If someone finds it overnight and beats it, then kudos to them. Like, I knew that this existed, but I didn't know where it was, and I came in on the other side of the map, and it took me like an hour to find this. I was like, I have it recorded, I was like, I know there's an entrance somewhere, but I don't know where it is, and so I was just mining around aimlessly trying to find it. You can't even see the maze from here.
Got a guy behind you.
Oh my goodness. Alright, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm in. It's not gonna put you in the... It's not supposed to put you in the same spot as me, but I'm happy it did.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the maze.
Do we want to split up or just?
Well, what is your strat? What's your maze strat?
Well, I was thinking right-hand rule.
But it's gonna be problematic since there's opening and closing walls, right?
Yeah, it kind of ruins it.
And there's
So the
teleporters
only other
around.
strat is just to map it.
Okay. Should I go back and
But-
get maps?
Oh.
Also, it was supposed to give us a bottle that we throw on the ground that teleports us out of the maze, but it did not. Did you get a bottle?
I got a warp potion.
Okay, I did not get a warp potion, but I have a TP, so it's fine. But maps won't work in the Nether.
Well, I was thinking like I was gonna bring out real grid paper.
I mean, if you want to.
I think that's too much.
We could just wander aimlessly and hope, but so there is one trick to it, is that you have to hit teleporters to get to the next layer, but only one of the 4 spots you get teleported to randomly on the second layer is the correct area. If that makes
Is there
sense.
a reason why you're not wearing diamond armor?
Because it's almost broken and I'm poor.
Okay.
It's almost broken and I don't want to make more right now, so and I don't need armor for this, so.
I thought like we would. You're like it was like you took it off because you knew you would lose it in here. I was like, oh. Okay.
Monsters can't spawn in here, and the only thing you can die from is hunger, essentially. So the teleport is it messes with your brain, but it also is useful. We have to use them if we want to make it to the end. So.
Okay. Oh boy.
Oh, we're in different spots. Okay.
I think it teleported me. Even though I didn't hit it.
Yeah, I did it because it's the command is nearest player. So I think when I hit it, you were the nearest to the command block. And then the villager there. Oh, I found a wooden button. Okay, this button is needed to unlock the final door.
Okay.
I've pressed it, which means that the door should be open now. Since he, I'm back in another white thing. Since he found the hidden shop, in the hidden shop there is a decoding hint that's sold to another relic. And if you successfully decode the message, it basically just tells you where another relic is. So he did that, and then he got the 3rd relic.
So how many is there total? 10, right?
There's 20 total in the Nether.
Oh, there's 20. I
Yeah.
thought there was 10.
No, 20
Okay.
in the overworld, 20 in the Nether, 10 in the end.
Crazy.
Okay, so I've pressed the button, so when we find the door, it's open now. It's too hard to make a hard maze, man.
Without it just being ginormous or something.
Even if it's ginormous, it's like, if you wander well enough. I found one, okay, I'm next to the middle, but I'm on one of the 4 doors that doesn't open. We open one of the doors with the button. So I think I'm not in the right spot.
What's all the pistons going off?
That's all of the redstone clocks and stuff underneath that are cycling where the teleporter takes you. I don't hear them because I have a resource pack that turns down all redstone noises. You can turn down your block sounds if you want to get rid of it.
It's not too bad.
There's just a bunch of hopper clocks going. I found it!
Really, already?
That was really not that hard.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really thought I made a hard one with this one. The hovering inferno armor boots. Oh man.
What do they got on them?
Blast protection 6, fire protection 6, feather falling 6, soul speed 4, depth strider 5, and thorns 5. Minus 90% burning time. That essentially means I can just like swim in lava, right?
Yeah.
This relic is one of the full set of fiery armor forged from the depths of the Nether.
100 ancient debris. I'll take all of that. I'll double check.
Here you go, Thomas. And here's your bone club. That is a big club. Oh,
Hey,
it's bigger
can we
than
not
you.
eat in spawn?
Yeah, you can't eat in spawn, but you also can't lose hunger in spawn.
Okay.
Dude, this is sick.
It's so big. I think it's a maze, technically.
Hell yeah. Love
Cool.
it. Thanks.
Congrats, Gage will be
Oh.
sad.
Hello.
Hey, you joined the VC.
Come to spawn.
Where I spawn.
Oh. Stay at spawn.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm leaving spawn.
Rubber Duck is the one with all the skulls.
Okay.
Quack.
We're kind of joint relic hunting at the moment.
Oh yeah? Dude,
Or-
I
yeah,
should have
relic
made it like
hunting.
quadruple the amount of skulls. You guys did it way too
Yeah,
fast.
I mean, it took us like 2 hours to do.
I wanted it to take 8 or 9.
Alright, don't worry, the netherite scrap is going to take about that long,
Good.
but me and him are going to work together on it.
Hang on, I gotta figure out which relic it's supposed to be. Alright, present me with your skulls.
Some good head right there.
Beautiful. Your moon scepter.
What does that do?
It's a bow.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
I am the man with nothing but ranged attacks.
Yeah. Do you have an
Power
arrow?
6 flame, punch 3, and yeah, I do. Alright, I gotta get out of spawn first to try it out.
I'll say if you want, we can. When we are in the Bone Club, you can. Oh God. When we are
It
in the
has
Bone
an
Club, you
interesting
can,
animation for sure.
When we can I see it real quick, or is that?
Yeah, of course. It's
You
interesting
got
with
the
the
chest
animation.
plate too. You robbed it from him.
Hey,
Okay,
that-
so I want to
he
explain to you what
paid.
happened. I want to explain to you what happened.
Alright.
Right. So we looked at it. Rubber Duck was like, he goes, yeah, it's probably above spawn. I see a tower already, and I'm like, I'm still gonna do it to see if it's up there.
Uh-huh.
I build up. I accidentally built right beside them.
Uh-huh.
Beside
Big Chief.
Avis. Yeah, and Big
Yeah,
Chief.
yeah.
I see them. They were constantly failing to get onto the roof.
Using ender pearls, I assume.
So I got beside them, got up a little bit higher, did the exact same thing, got up in one try. Grabbed it.
That's so funny. Did you like the little mech up there?
Yeah, I was like, I was looking at that. I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then, like,
I just remember, I just
As
was
soon
seeing
as I
the
grab it
chats.
and equip, I see Avis up there, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Brutal. It's nighttime, so I don't want to be up here for long, but I made a floor for the inside of the wizard tower, and then this 3x3 square is where our elevator is going to go. That's going to go all the way up and down the wizard tower. And in the down part, I've started to dig out the area for this storage unit. So we're going to have normal chests in all of these with mini block heads on them to show what's in the chests. And then on these sides will be our bulk storage. So there's a bulk storage module that's just 3 wide, and so I've just kind of marked them out, what's going to be in it, dirt, stone, grass, iron, bamboo, and so forth. And then there's one extra, just in case we find something else we have a lot of. And so we're going to make these walls look nice, make the floor look nice, and then add in these bulk storage redstone machines. And then around the outside of the redstone machines, there will be water flowing, where all of the items coming in from the river will flow around the storage and then into all the bulk storage. And then if it doesn't fit in bulk storage, it'll end up in like a dump chest where I can put it somewhere else, but that shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to work on the floor and then I'll touch back. Alright, the floor is completed. I'm not too happy with it. It didn't turn out exactly like I wanted, but it's an interesting pattern at least. I think the rest of the area being spruced up will make it feel better. But I'm going to work on getting these walls completed. Let's doing some pillars here so that we can go ahead and put the chests in. The storage area up at the movie theater is overflowing. I need this built bad. So I will be back once I have some pillars in. Alright, I got some pillars made. I think they look good. They look really good. I like it. We're gonna fill in these walls. I'm thinking some calcite and some white concrete mixture to make them kind of white and fancy. The walls this way will all be the same white and fancy, and then I will probably do the ceilings, maybe cobblestone, make it kind of look like these pillars are holding up the ground. Do the same thing in here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to make these pillars appear in this area, but I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to. So we're gonna put the calcite on the walls in this area and we'll just kind of see what it looks like. But the pillars turned out good. Floor looks better with the pillars in place, I think. And I'm really hoping to get these chests in soon because, as I said before, we are literally overflowing with storage up above. It is not good right now. Alrighty, I finished the calcite on the walls. I think it looks good. Didn't have a lot of calcite, so I did mostly white concrete and white concrete powder, but this is all going to be obscured by chests, so I'm not really too worried about how exactly it looks. This area through here, I was able to get some pillars in. They're a little dense, but I think it'll be fine. Calcite around the edges here, but this is going to be like all the different chests and the lights here for the storage silos. And so this area is going to have redstone back behind it. So the calcite's not going to be super visible here. I think next order of business is to do the ceilings. I've got some tuff, moss, and cobblestone I plan to sprinkle around, but we'll see what that looks like once it's done. The ceilings are finished, the walls are finished, the arches are finished. I think it's about time for chests. I got this pattern of stone and tuff and moss on the ceiling with some different various things growing down, lanterns hanging down for light. Got a similar thing over here where the chests are going to go. Same thing over here, and it lights up the area fairly well. I think once the chests are in, it'll light up the main areas we need lit up. And then it goes the same way all the way back this way. So I'm going to go ahead and put the chests in, work on getting the redstone lamps, and we can build these storage silos, get them built up. I'm wondering, bones should not be in the larger one. This should be like cobblestone and deep slate maybe is the two biggest ones. I expect them to be some of our largest quantities. Gonna do something with this up here eventually. Since this is gonna be a redstone elevator, once I build it, this is gonna be full of redstone likely. So I don't know exactly what I want to do with it right now. Might just leave it like this for now, but we're gonna have storage here soon. Gonna try to get the chests in, and we'll see how that looks. The chests are in. It's about time to start sorting all of our stuff over, but we've got all the chests in. We're gonna put some mini blocks on top in front of them to show what's in each chest. And then we gotta hook up the massive storages to the river, and then the storage system is basically completed. But I'm gonna start by getting all the basic stuff in here because I need to sort my storage. It's bad right now. But I'm liking how it looks. I love the ceilings. The chests just fill it in nicely, and I'm excited to have some redstone in here. It can show us how much of each thing we have. It only took me several hours, but I finally got everything sorted over into the storage system. Everything from the mining session, everything from the movie theater, everything from the farm, it's all over here now. We've got most of our blocks here. I've used the mini blocks everywhere I can. Like glass doesn't have a mini block, but I think that works well. Most of them have mini blocks. Like rails don't have mini blocks. Chains don't have mini blocks, but I think it turned out pretty nice. There's plenty of open spots. I'm sure we'll find more things to sort and separate out, but got mini blocks of everything here now. And then I've filled in some of the bulk storage. We have a ridiculous amount of deep slate and an even more ridiculous amount of cobblestone. I mean, it's completely full. I've just been giving it away because we got too much. The next step is to build a super smelter back here so that we can get quick smelts and then hook up all of the storage silos. So I'm gonna continue to work on this area here, but I'm loving how it's going so far. I think it looks awesome. I think it's gonna turn out great. Now that the storage area is completed, I was gonna work on these guys, the storage silos, but there's a lot of redstone components back there, and I thought we could do something a little easier first that's going to help us do pretty much everything in the future. So I want to work on this super smelter. We can put items in, get them out 9 times the speed of a normal smelter. It'll be way faster to do everything. And so here's what we need for it. I already collected it all. It uses a little bug in 1.21 where you can duplicate carpet to give us essentially infinite carpet fuel that we can fuel the furnaces with. So until we update the server, we'll be able to have infinite fuel without any issue. Eventually we may have to build a kelp farm, but for now, why not use what's given to us? Here we go. We've got the smelter. Now I'm missing a trapdoor. I don't know what happened to that one, but here we go. Take it right back there. Alrighty, so we could put things in here, and they come out here. And as you can see, we've smelted a ton of copper. It took a while, but it was a lot of copper. It would have taken a lot longer had we not had the super smelter. But we can just do a little demo with some iron here. Take this, turn it off so that the minecart comes back. Throw some iron in here. Once the minecart's back, just a second, there we go. It's gonna pick up all the iron. You can send it off. And then it goes and puts the iron into all the different furnaces here. And then this is our carpet machine, which is just making infinite carpet for us to put in for the fuel. And then we come back here, up here, and then should pop the iron back out pretty quickly. I think that was all of it. 11? I think that was all of it. So that was pretty fast for smelting 11 iron. It's not the fastest super smelter in the world. It could be way faster, but for what we're doing, it should be fine. I smelted all that copper and just let it run while I was doing other stuff, and it did its job. And then we can turn it off whenever it's done. It'll be ready. It's in this little crafting area I made. We had plenty of chests, so I removed that wall of chests to make the crafting area. And I've got all the materials now to make the storage silos. Got them all in here. We really just need a bunch of hoppers, a bunch of comparators, and a bunch of redstone repeaters. And so we are good to start making those. Gonna build those up, and then we can test them. Like this one should be full once we're done with it. And then I think we're gonna want like a water stream here in the corner where we can just throw stuff into it, and it'll get put into bulk storage. So if we have a bunch of stone on us, we don't want to have to climb up and throw it in the river, right? So we'll like toss it in a water stream here, and it'll go up and make its way into the storage as well. Alrighty, so I've spent quite a while trying to get this automatic sorter figured out for the end of the river. So as you can see here, we've got the river running down into these hoppers now, and I'll take you down there in a minute. But as you saw in the storage area with the bulk storage, we wanted things to automatically sort into it and fill up these item filters. So we've got like sugarcane here, slime here, and there's some water back there that runs it along a bunch of different item filters and takes it all the way around so that we can collect everything automatically. And I ran into tons of problems, mostly because I needed to have 3 stacks of each item in order to automatically filter it. And that became a big deal, because getting 3 stacks of honey when you don't have a bee farm is very hard. And so I still don't have 3 stacks of honey, but I think it's working. I tested it last night. This is the extra chest, so that's where it comes out if it doesn't get sorted. I'm just going to take these few things up and throw them in the river, and we can kind of see what it looks like. And then I'll take you back there behind the scenes so you can see the redstone. It's pretty simple. It's just a bunch of item sorters, but if we throw all that in there, so throwing in a stack like that is less likely to work because the item filters can only pull in so many items at a time. But with the automatic farms, they shouldn't be producing stacks at a time, right? It should be like maybe the iron produces like 4 iron in 1 poppy every once in a while, and so it'll run down and it won't cause problems. Things like the bamboo farm, where it creates a big yield, there's going to be an automatic dropper which drops them out one by one, and that'll fix that problem as well. And so if we drop down in here, there's a secret little door that lets us back behind the scenes. We've got all these item filters in here, and so whenever something comes through that has, so let's say a block of bamboo comes through, it's going to make this 42 blocks of bamboo and then 4 of these item filter sorters, and then that 1 block of bamboo is going to be enough to override, or to put enough redstone signal through to this repeater, which unlocks this hopper just 1 tick, and that drops 1 block through, and then we're back to 41. And so if you send something through that's bigger than 64 minus 41, it's only going to pick up enough to equal 64, and then it's going to go to the next one and the next one. But if you put 3 stacks through, it's going to miss them, and then it's going to head over to the extra. And so this little item sorter thing wraps all the way around the base, and it seemed to work last time, but let's see if it worked this time. We threw in some deep slate. I guess let's throw in 9 string, and we'll see. We'll go to the string area and see if we got 9 string going in. Alright, here's the string. So I think usually these light up as the items come through, so let's just keep an eye on it. It might have been so quick that we missed it, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that lit up, which means string is coming through, and now it turned off because all the 9 string came through. And I think we threw in some gunpowder. The 23 arrows made it through. The gunpowder had to have made it through. It must have just stacked. We threw some deep slate in too. It's going to be hard to remember where it came out. But then we can go to the extra chest and see if anything that we didn't want made it through. So if I go up and I throw these shears in, they won't get sorted by anything, and they'll end up in the extra chest. And if for some reason the extra chest is full, it will just throw them into lava, which is unideal, but it makes it so that we have to It makes it so that we have to get the extra chest cleaned out, or else we're gonna burn a bunch of our loot. There we go. There's our shears. I'm very happy with how this worked. Some things I want to do in the next episode is, 1, if I have this rotten flesh here, I don't want to have to manually walk over and put it into the zombie chest. I want to be able to put it into a water column, which then takes it up and puts it into the automatic sorter. So I think over here, or maybe somewhere, maybe over by this side, maybe over by this side, I want to put a chest where I can just throw a bunch of items in, and then a dropper will spit them out into a water column, which will then put them up into the river, allowing them to be filtered back in. So if we like do a bunch of mining, we've got a bunch of deep slate, I want to be able to throw it into a chest here and then have it slowly sort its way in. Because remember, if I throw multiple stacks in, it's not going to work. But if the dropper slowly puts them out, like as we're doing other stuff, the dropper's putting them out, then it'll be fine. And then I also want to attach the iron farm to it. Right now the iron farm is still just running into a chest. I want the iron to start flowing down the river because that's the main goal. And then these bees need to make more honey because we still don't have enough honey to fuel the full sorter. So if I put honey in right now, it won't come out because there's no room for it to come out. It doesn't have the 41 blocks that it needs. Yeah, so throwing this honey in, it won't come out, but it will fill up the item sorter, and eventually, once there's 41 honey in there, it'll actually let it through properly. I think that's about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the boss fight. I hope you enjoyed getting into some redstone finally. There's going to be a lot more redstone in the next episode, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the little relic locations. I know it was crash course on the relic locations. Let's just look at them real quick, but I didn't want anyone to be like, oh, where did the relics get found? Since I can't really hunt for them, you all get to see where they were and the puzzle behind it. So I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, help grow the channel. We're almost to 100 subs, and we've been getting some really good amount of views on these videos. It makes me very happy. So just keep subscribing. Let's get me to 100, and then leave some comments. Comments help a ton. They help to make YouTube think my videos super popular. So leave comments, say whatever you want, give me ideas, give me suggestions. Anything's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Did you enjoy this episode of the Create SMP? If so, consider subscribing. If you'd like to see more content like this, check out the playlist in the description. Leave a like or comment to help out the channel. And we'll see you again on the next episode of the Create SMP.